All right, I'm John Furukawa with Fresh Consulting, and I'm here to talk to you about a down economy. It's a challenge for entrepreneurs, and they face a lot of challenges. We get the problem of decreased consumer spending, we get tightness in the credit market, and there's competition for access to credit. There's competition for funding, and that's really, really hard. So the big question is how do entrepreneurs adapt in these conditions? What are the opportunities that they can take? And I'm delighted to have with me today Ryland Moore. He's with Arnerich Massena, and he's going to be the host of our upcoming September OEN PubTalk. And we'll dive deep there. But today we're going to just talk a little bit about how we support a business during a market slowdown or recession. So Ryland, can you introduce yourself and also tell us a little bit about your little Portland business that you're in?
Sure. Thanks for having me, John. Really looking forward to the Pub Talk in September. And thanks to OEN as well for providing that platform for so many entrepreneurs and business owners in our community and in our world, so we're not having to reinvent the wheel and feel like we're out on an island by ourselves. But my name is Ryland Moore. I'm one of the managing directors of business development at Arnerich Massena. We are a registered investment advisor based in Portland, Oregon, with clients all over the country and managing around $2.5 billion in assets under management for high net worth families and individuals, working with business owners, entrepreneurs, and also endowments and foundations, nonprofits in particular. So that's our main focus area. We also have a pretty deep bench in the private equity space, so really understand not just the fundamentals of what business owners are going through, but also investing in companies pretty regularly in that private market space.
Yeah, that's great. That gives you a ton of perspective. And I think, the difference between an entrepreneur as an individual and as a business is a very thin difference much of the time. So I appreciate that you fit in that spot. So why are we here today? Why is it important to know how to navigate during a down market?
Sure. Well, I think oftentimes as business owners, especially entrepreneurs who are in a startup phase or early stage of their businesses, we get so focused in just keeping our heads down and focused on our individual business. We're not really worried about what's going on outside. And when the economic market cycle is good, then you don't really have a whole lot to worry about. Credit is cheap, employment is easy to find, transportation goods are easy, everybody's happy. And so you can really focus on your business. But what happens when things outside of your control start to impact your business? When you're borrowing money, what is that? When interest rates are rising, how do you deal with those costs? How do you deal with transportation costs and getting goods reliably from point A to point B? How do you deal with a really tight employment market and trying to find really good quality employees? Those are all major challenges that may be impacted by a down market or recessionary economy that we're not really ready for. And so the focus of the Pub Talk in September is going to be really around really bringing in some of the OG business owners in our community and having them talk about what it's like to go through economic downturns, recessionary environments. What have they done in the past, and what did they do that worked, and what are they doing that maybe, or what did they do that maybe that didn't work? Which I think we can learn way more from that side of things.
Absolutely. Yeah, I love like, don't go down there. That's
Right.
a dangerous route. So do you have any stories from your own clients of challenges that they've faced during the down market?
Sure. I mean, first, let me start by saying that every business is different, right? But at the same time, clients face wide range of challenges in these market downturns that they may not face when that economy is really humming. And so, number one is cash management. How are you doing with your cash holdings? What kind of reserves do you have built up, if any? And then how are you leaning on your resources if you don't have that stable of cash available for that down market? Some of the other things we talk about are lines of credit. If your revenue stream is lumpy based on your sales cycle, Do you have a way to get you over that hump? And especially with interest rates where they are today, do you have something that's reasonable and rational that's going to get you over that today? Exactly. So, I mean, there's a lot of positives in the economy that we're seeing. And so it's really interesting. Are we going to have a soft landing? Are we going to have a hard landing? Are we going to have a recession? Are we in a recession right now? So
Right.
those kind of things are things that we can't control. But when we're helping our clients think about those things, number one is cash management.
Yeah.
For those that have assets, we're obviously managing their portfolios based on a way that helps them with their businesses. And so we're having conversations around that. For those that are early in their careers or in their putting up most of their cash to work, which a lot of us do, into our businesses alone, and that's our concentration accumulation of wealth right now, then that's where we're really reaching out to our centers of influence and focusing like, what do you need to get you through this next sales cycle? What do you need to get you through the next 6 months, 12 months, 18 months? And who can we connect you with to provide support? So it's not so much like you pay us and we're going to solve all your problems. That's not how it works. That'd be great if we could do that. I probably wouldn't be working if that was the situation. But
Maybe an upcharge.
right, but really think of us as a connector, and that's what I thrive on, is connecting people in the business communities. When somebody has a problem, who do I know that might have a solution for them?
Well, I think that the connections are what made Portland the very strong place that it became, and are some of the things that I'm looking to come back to life as a consequence of community, which is why I love OEN. It's really amazing how many parts of the market are present and eager to help one another. And I appreciate your business being razor focused on connecting those things as well.
Yeah.
So when we think about our entrepreneur, why do they need to be prepared for challenging as well as for those good days you mentioned earlier?
Yeah, I think it really comes down to, as a business owner, you do have, you know your business better than anybody else. You're really focused on looking forward and how you're going to grow your business. But those ancillary external factors that you don't see coming, you don't want that to have an impact on your business to the point where it's too great to recover from. And so being prepared, while it takes time and energy, sometimes away from the business, it's something that you should really understand and also be eyes wide open. And we always say information is power. And knowing those things ahead of time and preparing your company for not just the good times, but to weather the storm when the economic cycle is off or there's a downturn in the economy. Think about how much stronger your business will be as it comes out of that downturn, because it will recover. It's just a matter of how long and how strong is your business to sustain that. So it's not a scare tactic. It's just understanding and having that information and setting your business up for success, no matter what the economic cycle is. I look forward to talking to some of the panelists about what does it look like for you in regards to marketing. Are you pulling back from marketing, or are you leaning into marketing this time? Oftentimes you hear, like during the Great Recession or back in the .com era, and even some during COVID, people that start businesses when there's less competition in the water can have some wonderful outcomes. And so if there's a way that you can lean into those things, what's the perspective of these business owners and how have they dealt with those issues? Do they add more dollars to marketing or pull away from marketing? Are they adding new staff? Are they pulling away? Are they launching new product lines, or are they holding back? And so those are some of the things that we want to talk about, and really just, I'm looking forward to just the strategy session as well as audience participation.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think the people tend to be very curious about what really works. And like you said before, those things you really wish you hadn't done. And it makes for such an engaging conversation. I hope you can tease out the best and the worst from everybody. And any final words before we let our listeners just start salivating and preparing, decide what they're going to wear?
Really looking forward to the event and really looking for some excellent dialogue. I love the pub talks, just because there's so much collaboration and camaraderie that goes on during those events. And probably builds lifelong relationships in both business and personal. And so really just looking forward to this next one. I think it's going to be a really wonderful topic. It's a very timely topic, regardless of where the economy is going, and reading in the tea leaves. But Can't wait to see everybody out there, and thanks to OEN for this platform.
Yeah. Well, thanks for your time, and we look forward to seeing you at Fresh, and take care.
Awesome. Thanks, John.
Thank you.